Hey everybody, Preston Flat back again, along with my former LDS Mormon missionary buddy, right here. Anyhow, man, today's topic is this: Is Amrita real? Amrita is the word for the divine nectar, which yogis and saints and spiritual type of people they talk about, that it's possible to be sustained, according to some of their stories, without even having to eat, without food, that they can just somehow generate and access this thing called Amrita, or divine nectar. And I had a couple times in my life where I absolutely did taste that, but it was kind of unpredictable. It just happened just a few times. And I'm going to describe to you the circumstances under which it happened. It hasn't happened regularly enough, though, that for it to be under my control. I can't just whenever I want taste the divine nectar. At least I haven't quite figured out how to do that. But it always happened for me when I was doing Tai Chi or doing the standing meditative postures afterward, and then resting. And so we're going to take a close look at it. Now, I want to say there is something called Amrita, that if you're into some of the Hindu traditions, they'll pour like a sweet liquid into the palm of your hand, and then you just lap it up, and they call that Amrita in some of the traditions. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the one that when you train, or when you are devoted in some way to spiritual practices, that out of nowhere it just comes and you get this really nice sweet taste in your mouth. So this is how it happened for me, man. Back in when I lived in Las Vegas, me and my Tai Chi buddies, we used to go to the UNLV campus, and we'd work out on the south side of the engineering building. There's a seating area there, an outdoor seating area with semicircular concrete seats. That's the place where I first met Wayne Johnson, my friend, the Black Gandhi of America. And me and him would do Tai Chi out there, and as well as many of my other Tai Chi friends and teachers. But in that seating area, there are trees that come up, and a lot of times in the morning, since I lived right across the street on Fairfax Circle, I just would walk over there in the early morning for sunrise trainings, man. And the mockingbirds would dive bomb me at certain times of the year, being all, I guess they're territorial. They thought I was some kind of a threat. They saw my hair and thought I was some kind of a dog walking up to steal their things from the nest or something. But in fairness, I didn't have gray hair back then. But anyhow, I'm not going to digress. So this is simply the way it was. I would train, I would do Tai Chi, and I'd do the standing meditative postures afterward. And somehow in those circumstances, and unpredictably, as far as I know, I have not figured out how to reliably access it. But whether while training or while resting from training, just out of nowhere, there'd be sweetness like that would be generated, and that's the Amrita. So now that's the only time I've ever experienced the Amrita. Several times, but on a hit or miss basis. But every time it had been associated with training, with doing Tai Chi or meditation or that kind of thing. So what I want to say to you is this, that in my experience, it really is a real thing that you can really actually experience. Now, I have no idea if you were to do the Tai Chi and meditate and like that, would you be able to access it? I have no flippin' idea in this whole world if it would work for you, but it did work for me in those few instances. And so I want to tell you this so that you can hopefully access that if you want to, or maybe just use Tai Chi and Tai Chi training as a starting point if you want to, hope to experience something like that. Please like and subscribe. Much love. And I say this now from the world headquarters of Preston Flat, from the holy catacombs, and indeed from the bowels of Preston Flat. This is our message today. Much love. Thank you.